Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mmathuto Skosana, also known as Mrs. SK. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and to all the new subscribers, I see you and I appreciate you and I thank you so much. And today it's a special day. I am joined by my husband.
Hello everyone, my name is Skosana and I'm with my wife.
Yep, this is the man that changed my last name. Anyway, guys, I'm pretty much sure you can see by the title of this video that we are going to be talking about how my husband and I met, how we saw God in our journey. You know, I always say that my husband didn't come in a package that I was looking for, but he was the man that I was looking for. But the packaging was not the ideal package. But when you unpacked it, I got to realize that God really brought him. And yeah, I'm so thankful even till today.
What kind of a package were you looking for?
Anyway.
But anyway, that's fine.
That's not important because it's not important. What's important is what's inside the package, right? Okay, so my husband and I met in 2015. My love, no, you tell them. You tell your version of the story.
My version of the story. We met 2015, as she said, at church. Yeah, we met at church. I remember.
I'm a church girl.
I remember the first day I saw her was at church. I think I was moving from one church to another. And as I was walking in, not that when I came to the new church, Funana no sister, that wasn't it. But as I was coming in, you get to meet new people. And she just happened to be one of the new people. I think my life was starting a new journey then. I think because there's a certain chapter of my life that just unraveled at that time. Yeah, so as I was saying, we met at church. I remember the first day I saw her, she was walking in. Walking in the church, and she was sitting right across me.
Yeah, I would sit on the second row from the front, right?
Yes, from the second row from... Oh, you might be wondering how could I have been sitting across her? Because I was sitting from the stage.
Yeah, he's in the band, at church.
Yeah. So I saw her. I didn't make my move on the same day, but I kind of took my time. Yeah, I took a while, right?
I'm tired.
The God reserved you just for me, Shem. Anyway, labo teto kwa labenzo veleng pamule. But anyway, so after I saw her, as I said, I didn't make my move at that time. I kind of took my time because I didn't want to rush things because so much was happening in my life at that time. I think I was moving from a relationship. Yeah, so basically I didn't want to rush things because I needed to be sure and certain of what I was doing at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you are guided by your feelings, even though when you pursue someone in a relationship, you rely mostly on your feelings because you have to have feelings for that person. But I didn't want feelings to kind of control me. Yeah, so I took my time. I think I took
almost a year.
Yeah. In a year.
A year.
A year.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's been a
I
year.
remember
Yeah.
this instance to show that it didn't take me a year. It actually didn't take me a year to get to like you. But I took a year to make my move. I remember telling one of my friends, actually telling my friends
Yeah.
that I gents leave that one alone.
I
I called
remember.
dibs on her.
I remember you told me.
Imagine
So
calling dibs on a person.
he was blocking. Ish. Okay.
Vele. Masingayifihli vele bengiblock. So bengivimba ngapha nangapha.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause and my friends, you know, they were reliable.
Okay. Me remembering how we met, I think, yeah, like you said, it was in the year 2015, and he had just joined the my church, our
Yeah.
church now. It was around June, if not July. I just remember walking into the church. Actually, before I walked into the church, my husband is a musician. So from outside that Sunday morning, when I was still outside, I could hear that, you know, abadlalayo namhlanje, it's a different package of, like, I could hear that the band that is playing today, it's not our resident band that we know, just from outside, by the way. And when we walked in, and how tada,
New people on the stage.
new people on our stage. And I'm also in the worship team, by the way. I'm also a worshiper. But at that
time, you were not in the team.
yeah, I was sitting down, just I just for some few reasons being phansi. This is why I was sitting right across like him. But yeah, okay, anyway, I walked into the church, we saw the new band playing, and they really played very, very nice. But Mina, you know, there's this, is it a stigma around the band, like around musicians,
around musicians.
bazoni hurter, they will hurt you. So now I just wanted, I distanced myself from them. I didn't want them like
Anywhere near
yeah.
you.
Like I felt like I had built a hurt around me. I don't want them, because the band musicians, don't play there. So I was not even eyeing them. I was not even eyeing him. Like nanekili busy ka dilo tsaka. We were like nekili busy le modimo wa ka, and just busy. Yeah. But there was a time now, all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. I started feeling something towards him. I could sort of keep it saying, yeah, I started having, is it feelings? Yeah, whatever. Or a crush.
Call it whatever.
Because I was young then. I started having a crush on him. But I was shocked because of, all along I had seen my husband as rude. You know why I seen him as rude?
Is it?
Yeah, because I guess it's because you had never greeted me. Oh.
But they're like over 1,000 people. Over 1,000 people at church.
But I was in the worship team.
How would I know then?
No, I came back. If you remember, I came back to the worship team.
Or when you said I didn't greet you, you mean when you came after you came back?
Yeah, when I joined the worship team, minabongang bulisi, minabongang, like, didn't give me attention. Like,
and probably there was nothing behind it. I am certain. Sure.
So I labeled you as rude, and I'm like, Andile is rude. Andile is rude. He doesn't greet, because he had never greeted me. He doesn't talk to me. I think bayangsaba, guys. I think vele me bagasha uvalo ukuthi ish.
Mean uvalo.
Something, because yeah. Okay, but what made me realize that he's actually not rude and he's actually so sweet. It was in November when he had a show, because he's in a group called Atmosphere of Worship. So they had a show in November. Because I was starting to like him then. Okay, we went to the show, and then
Vele, when did you start liking me?
I can't remember. I can't remember the month.
But the instance,
Angas, honestly.
because Mina, I relate my memories according to events that are happening. I don't memorize dates. Like,
Yeah, Lena, the event, I don't know, I can't remember, but I just know that in November, I was like, yeah,
Mina, all I remember is
liking you.
I remember I started making a move. There was a funeral at 18.
No, that was in 2016. But if you remember 2015, this is what I'm telling them. In 2015, when you had a show, I met you at the door.
At the door. I remember meeting you at the door. I remember very well.
And he greeted me with a huge, like, warm smile. Hi, guys, that smile, ne?
And all of a sudden, I'm not rude anymore.
No.
And you know, not many people say that I'm rude.
I guess I wanted your attention, and maybe you were not giving me.
And you say, Lesuskat, you didn't have a crush on me, but you wanted my attention.
Hi, man. There was a time I really was not noticing you and I wanted nothing to do with you. But then there was a time, I don't know when.
But saying you wanted nothing to do with me is kind of strong. Because if you say you don't want anything to do with Mmathuto, which means as in anything that has to do with Mmathuto, you don't want it.
I very, because of you were in the band, you were a musician, and vele, I didn't want a man who's a musician because, hey, is this.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, that was in November when we met at the venue, at the door, and he smiled and he greeted me. And that smile spoke to my spirit. That smile spoke to my soul.
Amen.
No, like honestly, on a serious note, his smile really triggered something inside of me. And I remember telling my friends, he greeted me, guys, and he smiled. Can't our brothers will smile and everyone, because my husband is kind. No, because you are just that kind of a person.
That's why I was shocked when you said that you actually thought that I was rude.
He is the sweetest. Like, he's so sweet. He's the sweetest. So yeah, and not that smiley. I triggered something inside of me, but then I didn't show him. Still, I get you never. Let's be honest. You never thought that. Maybe.
Well, honestly, I kind of knew that I had a chance with you.
Kanjan.
You could tell these things. But some of us have been in the game for a long time.
Hey, that's in the game. But how could you tell? I
could tell. Honestly. Yeah, I could tell.
He's lying.
And in my heart, I was hoping that things would turn out the way I wanted them to. Because at that time, I really wanted to settle down. And I was hoping I would find a wife. You know that you find a wife before you get married. You can see with this person.
Before you propose her.
Yeah,
you
can
ask
tell.
For a hand in marriage.
Yeah, you can tell that this person I can be able to get along and spend the rest of my life with. So I was kind of hoping that you would turn out to be the kind of person I was hoping that you'd be. Yeah, so I was looking at you from a distance. As I say, I took my time. Yeah.
Yeah, you were looking, but love, honestly, you could not tell that Losislo young fans or something. You couldn't tell.
I could tell.
Hey,
I could tell. I could tell.
Okay, all right. Another important thing is I remember I made a prayer. I think it was 2015 November. 2015 November.
Okay. What was the prayer about?
No, the prayer was like I was telling God, the next relationship that I'm getting into, I also want to settle down. I know it's not always up to the women, but I told God, I'm not gonna be in another relationship and then it just
ends up in smoke.
Yeah, you know, because I man, our hearts get broken. God, we
I
are
can
tired.
imagine.
Yeah, you understand.
Mm.
So, and you are in the church. You know, when your heart gets broken by a guy that's in the church, even worse because you get to see this person every day.
Yeah,
You know,
I think it's more painful when
it's
you're hurt by someone.
yeah, who is here
Yeah.
in
But
the
besides being
church.
here, I think we expect so much from people of God. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not always the case that just because of we are in a relationship, so shatana. Sometimes we are just not compatible. We are just not meant for each other, and
But being the
our
person that
relationship.
I am today, I
Uh,
wouldn't advise anyone to get into a relationship if they're not intending to be
no. Remember,
seriously committed.
no. The intention is always. We promise each other. Our brothers, you will promise us what you will marry us, but
Mm.
along the line,
Mm.
the relationship
Just vanishes into thin air.
yeah, but the intention was that I love you, I want to make you my wife, I want to make you the mother of my kids, and like yeah, we go all in knowing we want to spend the rest of our lives together, but life happens, you know.
Is there a way, in a way, for women to know if the guy
There
is
is,
really serious about them?
yeah, but most times we see red flags and we
And
ignore
ignore
them.
them.
Yeah, we negotiate with ourselves. Good side. That one, that I can stand. I man, you lower your standard. Good side. Let me lower my standard to accommodate him. We negotiate with ourselves so many times just to accommodate the guy.
The guy.
Yeah, and it doesn't end well.
Okay.
It really doesn't end well. But as a woman, you can tell. You can tell when this man's heart is really, really after you. And you can tell when this man's heart is not really, really after you. But when I was Jeluguti, I'll change him or I'll give him time. I'll be patient with him. He will grow and yeah, and I'll make him love me. By doing this, sometimes you even you let go of yourself. You know, you how do I put it? You let go of yourself just to accommodate the guy.
I get you. I get you.
Yeah, I think there are ways you can tell that you are being loved and la we are galwa. Yeah. So like just as I was saying, now I prayed and I told God, Guti, the next relationship that I'm getting into, please Lord,
Should
make
be a
him
committed one.
my husband, make him my husband because I'm not about to go into another relationship. How old was I? 20.
In 2015, that was 7 years ago. You were
23.
23.
Yeah.
Has it been that long?
No, but we were not together. 2015.
Yes, 2015.
Yeah, but I had made that prayer. I got 2015 when I was 23. Uguti, Bao, please. The next guy, he has to be my husband. And yeah. And it was him. God had chosen him to be my husband. And he's a great husband, I must say. He's a great husband.
Oh no, we thank the Lord. We thank the Lord.
What do we thank God? Okay, no, let's continue. What was I was still talking about
Meeting at the concert.
meeting at the concert, and he smiled, and Mina, that smile triggered something. But I still say I didn't show him. But anyway, and fast forward to 2016 when we started communicating. It was in April.
I remember in April.
In April, he texted me for the first time. I don't even know how he got my number, but I guess that's not important.
I think I got your number from your friend.
Hey, abangan bet.
They sell you out.
They sell us out.
Look, today you have a husband. So
they sell us out. Yeah. So he texted me in April.
In April.
Yeah, after the
Yeah.
my dad had just passed on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he sent me a message, and he said, if I remember, he said, sorry for your loss.
I send my condolences.
Yeah, we are here for you if you need anything. And I actually thought he was gonna come to the funeral. Yeah, guys, I remember my father. I'm from Limpopo, so we drove all the way to Limpopo to lay my father. I thought he was gonna come, and he didn't come. I was like, oh, guy, he said he's here for me. If I need anything, I must shout. But he didn't even come to the funeral. I'm like, it is what it is.
Eh?
No, love, but no, it shows that I was expecting you, you know, because already I was feeling things for you, and I was expecting you, but
that's what I said, that I could tell. You showed. But anyway, I remember I sent my condolences, and then I texted you again after a month, right?
After?
A month. Was it after a month?
No, it was 2 weeks.
It was after 2 weeks, yeah. And I texted you. I think we started talking now, having conversations, right?
You texted me, my love, and you said sorry for your loss, and yeah, and then it ended there. And then after then we came back. Then I came back to Gauteng, but I didn't come back to church.
Yes.
I think there was 2 to 3 weeks that I was not coming to church. Then you texted me.
Yes.
And you said,
we miss you.
We miss you. When are you coming back to church?
Yes.
And Bengati, I'll be back soon. I miss you guys as well. And 2 weeks later, I showed up at church.
Oh yes.
I showed up at church.
And at that time when I said.
And if I remember well, after the Sunday service, you texted me again and said it was good to see you.
Good seeing you at church. Yeah.
Yeah. And you said it was. And when I came to church that Sunday, I was so shy. I think I didn't even want to sit where I usually sit, because like we said, it was right in front of
me. Now that I texted you.
Now that he texted me, I didn't want to sit there anymore.
I don't think you were shy. I think you didn't want to appear obvious. I think that's the thing.
Obvious?
Yeah. Because maybe you kind of felt that if you sat right in front of me and it would be giving you away, Guti, you had feelings for me, because deep down inside you knew that you had feelings for me.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember when I said that we miss you, I actually meant that I miss you. So I didn't want to sound too forward, because I would look weird anyway. Imagine after nothing, all of a sudden, I miss you. You'd say this guy is a creep.
You don't even know me. You miss me. You don't even talk.
Yeah, we don't even talk. So I had to find a way to make you feel comfortable, so that I don't look too forward. Yeah, because I honestly at that time I was walking, I was tiptoeing. I was like,
you're taking your time.
No, I was being careful of my steps, because I didn't want to push you away.
Or ruin things.
Yeah, or ruin any chances of me getting you. Yeah. So I had to not look kind of creepy, because if someone told me out of the blue without
that I miss you,
without any kind of communication or any kind of relationship or any kind, like out of the blue, I just say I miss you, I would be like,
true.
And it would make me to question that person's emotions.
Yeah. So he said we miss you, and I also said I miss you guys. I had to say I miss you guys, and I don't know when I said guys who I was referring to, but I also replied and I said, no, I miss you guys, I'll be back. And I came back 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later I came back to church, and and then we went silent again. We kept quiet again. I think when he texted me it was in May. Yes.
I was still on the drawing board. And
it was in May, and then we were quiet again, quiet. And then you texted me again in June.
I love when you remember these dates.
Because they are so important to me. He texted me again in June. He was I had done a new hairstyle. Remember?
Yeah, I remember I made a comment about your looks.
Yeah, and you said, wow. And I said, what? And you said I look beautiful. Then I said, thank you. Oh, and then he said, can I give you a call tonight after 9? You said you'll be back.
I'll be home by
9. And can I give you a call? I like the fact that he asked, you know. because he knew that he was gonna get home late after 9. And eventually people need to know what is, you can't call people.
You know those kind of
9:30
people who would call unannounced.
9. No, especially when you are a brother calling a sister. No, man, no. So I like the fact that he asked and said, "Can I give you a call?" Then I said, "Sure." And then he had to tell me that I'll be home at 9 o'clock. So that means I'll call you after 9. Is it fine? And I said, "Yeah, it's fine." Bengala late vele. I'm like, "No, no problem. It's fine."
When I love.
Love Bengala late.
Okay,
And yeah, then he got home. Then he called me. I remember he called me, guys. He called me and we spoke.
And we spoke for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
Hours and hours and hours. Elisa Skadi, Vodacom still had power hours. I don't know. Although, is that still...
I don't
does
know
that thing
because
still exist?
I use MTN. I don't know.
Does power hours still exist?
And the way that love Bevutangakona, guys.
You had a Vodacom number.
I bought a small little phone because he was using Vodacom.
And she put a Vodacom SIM.
And I put in a Vodacom SIM. That phone was just for the both of us. Yeah. When that phone rang, it was him. No one else. That number, no phone, and Ali one.
And I remember we would start speaking about 10 ganj.
9. Because
yeah, I would
watch, I would have to...
I remember she was still watching sitcoms and soapies and stuff.
I told him that I watched Generation Ipalango past 8.
Abang.
After that, I watched Uzalo Ipalango 9. You'll have to call me at 9. But anyway, I don't watch TV anymore. But yeah, but at least you respected that. He would wait and...
I didn't want to ruin my chances.
Yeah.
I mean, I was shocked. She watches TV. For me, it was kind of a red flag.
Oh, serious?
Television.
Yeah. Yeah, but
I'm not saying people who watch TV are bad. It's just that TV takes up so much of your time. Yeah, I think that time you would, if you invested it in your family.
I was a slave. I would not miss a soapy.
Imagine.
8 o'clock TV, 8:30. We could only speak after 9 when all my soapies were
done.
Finished. Yeah.
Imagine that.
Well, like 8:15. I'm shocked. Why are you calling me 8:15? You know what I'm watching Generations. But I'm delivered. I am delivered.
Bese sister bayazibuza abo brother maba break up nabo.
Hayibo.
Ubeka imuva ngoqala. Well, let me not. Yeah. I'm probably going to edit this out. This is not going to be in the video.
Yeah, because men also choose their sports and women don't.
I'm not a sports kind of guy.
You're not, but I can in general, men are that's as much as there are other.
It's the same thing. I know men who would not miss a game of soccer ever. And
their women would and wait for them.
They would even not take up any commitments just because of a game. For me that life is tough.
Okay, back to the video, guys. Back to the topic.
Yeah.
Then like I said, that night when he called, then we talked and then he told me that he loves me, guys. Imagine. But anyway, I said thank you. I didn't say I love you too.
Imagine saying I love you and somebody says thank you.
Yeah, I was trying to be being
you didn't want to look forward. Seem too forward.
Hard to get. Yeah, I had to thank you. Ahmara, a week later, I think, then I started saying I love you too. And we started dating. And our journey began. Our love journey began.
Yeah.
And
I still remember the dates. All our dates.
When,
yeah, not dates of the days, but
okay.
The days going out.
Oh, okay. Do you
eating
remember our first
out,
date?
Movies. I remember our first date. I remember our first date. I think it was a workshop.
Yeah, you invited
that we
me.
Hosted.
Yeah, you invited
I invited you and a friend
to
over.
a musical workshop.
Yeah. And she was bored, but I could tell. No, it was not that it was, but she wasn't like, it wasn't something that she could go to if it wasn't for me.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it
But
wasn't
you
something.
introduced me to that life, and I don't know,
Yeah.
it doesn't bore me anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, after the music workshop, we decided that we going out. We actually planned it, I think. Yeah, so she came over with her friend to the workshop, and then they separated, and then we went to. I think our first date was at Wonder Park. There's a place called Wonder Park in Pretoria.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So I think we
You
went
wanna
to
tell
the.
them where you took me to?
I took her to an arcade. Aporege. She was bored.
Like, who wouldn't be bored?
I used to
Yeah.
love video games at that time.
Bayokudlala video game, cabang.
Yeah,
I
video
think
games. Video games
if
are
I
interesting.
find the photo, I'll put up the photo here for you guys to see. Yeah.
Comment below if you want to see the photos.
I think I'll just
Because we
put it
used
up.
to capture all our memories.
If
We
I
still have
find
them.
it, because I changed phones like so many times. So if I find the picture, I'm gonna show you how I looked on my first date and where he actually took me. I'm a video game, guys. Literally like a whole.
I think she was bored because she couldn't play any video game in there.
Yeah.
She,
It's not my thing.
she was bad at them all. She sucked.
But at least when time went by, you redeemed yourself. You knew what kind of dates I liked, and
Yeah, but I lost all the fun that I used to have.
is it me?
Who else could it be, love? Because now I think women, to them, the relationship is about us pleasing you. We've never went to the arcade, even though
Excuse me.
even though I lost interest in video games simply for my personal reasons. Yeah, because I think they consume
Love,
a
we
lot of
used
time.
to go play video games. I don't want to mention the place we used to go in Kempton Park, but we would go.
Nah, you know exactly that. I don't want to mention the place also, but we went for the food.
Oh, and for your video games.
I remember we met one of our pastors there one time. So here we are. We are still dating, and it was just the two of us.
Our pastor, they were youth pastors. They were so kind and sweet.
Yeah, they were so kind and sweet, and they were like
I thought we
supportive.
were gonna get some reprimanding. Nienza, you know how.
But they were
dating
cool
is.
about it. Yeah.
You know how dating is in churches. But man, babele bati, hello, how are you?
And then we carried on.
And we carried on.
Yeah, because I think they were also out on a date.
Yeah, but the pastors, they married.
Yeah, and we were not.
And we were not married.
Anyways, I think within the first year of me proposing, we started talking about getting married. In the first year. You remember?
The first year of dating, yeah.
Do you still remember the day I proposed?
How can I not? It was on my birthday.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, so guys, he proposed, and yeah, he asked me to be his wife, and of course I said yes.
She said yes. She said yes.
Yeah, you must tell them that I said yes. I said yes, and yeah, I think then how many years? 2 years later.
Yeah.
2018.
2018.
2018, we got legally married.
We went to court.
Yeah, and we got legally married on the same day that he proposed, which was the 26th.
No, 2 years later on the 26th of October.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
So the engagement took place on her birthday.
Yeah.
And the signing and marriage in the courtroom.
The legal marriage.
The legal marriage and the civil marriage in the courtroom was on the 26th of October in 2018. Yeah. So we got our witnesses. I remember your sister was one of the witnesses. So this day, love,
actually, it's a very significant day. Like,
in our lives.
I was born on the 26th of October.
We were engaged.
I got engaged, and I got legally married on the 26th of October.
Yeah.
So yeah, this day, it's really, it's a very special day to me.
It is.
And then we got married. We got our blessing
Yes.
in 2019.
Yes.
Yes, and we had our white wedding in 2019,
Yes.
February the 23rd.
Mm.
And it's been
It's
3
been
years.
and it's been a happy 3 years
It's
ever
been a
since.
roller coaster.
It
Let's be
is. It has been.
honest. It's not always been happy days. Marriage, yeah.
Everything has its ups and downs.
True.
Everything.
True.
I think even work, even
Even
studies,
families.
even families.
You fight with your siblings, you fight with
Yeah.
your parents. Yeah, yeah,
It's just that
yeah.
I think people are kind of speaking bad about marriages, and it's not so. I mean, we've seen our
Marriage can be
parents.
so beautiful.
It literally becomes what you make it out to
When
be.
you are intentional about it.
When you're intentional
like,
about
I'm
it.
gonna make it work, you know?
Yeah. The same way you are intentional
Yeah.
with business,
Yeah.
the same way you're intentional with your studies.
True, true.
There are people who complain and
you
says,
make it a point that I
Yeah.
want to make it work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I want distinctions. I'm not gonna
Definitely.
sleep. I'm not gonna sleep. I'm
Definitely.
gonna study the whole night. You were very, very intentional. So I think with marriage as well, make it intentional.
Intentional.
I want to love and respect my husband. I was listening to a podcast of some other YouTubers, and they were talking about how they've made it a point where they want to outlove each other. Kore, ha ka bona gore, "Oh, my husband today o nketseditse breakfast. I'm gonna make sure that I cook him dinner, I run him a bath, I give him a massage. I just want to outlove him, you know. I want to be the one who loves him more." Make it intentional. They always say, there's a saying that says the grass is always, it's greener
Green on the other side.
where you water it, actually.
Or you I don't know that saying. Is it?
Yeah,
We learn each day, Shem.
yeah. You see someone's marriage and you think, oh, their marriage is perfect. They are intentional about it.
They are intentional.
Yeah.
Intentional. Yeah, I think everything in life
Yeah.
you have to be intentional about it. I mean, there are people who are complaining about their studies, saying university is hard.
Yeah.
And there are people who say their journey is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think we are listening to the bad majority. Yeah. Simply because life is too quick these days. We want quick things. And quick things
And we
don't
put
tend
effort.
to last. Yeah.
We don't, yeah. Marriage.
Easy come, easy go. So yeah, marriage is a beautiful platform, institution. It is a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Only if you treat it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will enjoy. It'll be a place where you get to recharge every time. You know, when you get home, you recharge your spirit.
It's same when you get home, you're like, oh, I'm gonna see him. Oh, I'm gonna see her. Yeah.
How soon am I gonna leave this house?
No.
And every time you have to come back, you dread coming back. It shouldn't be like
Honestly, now I look forward to seeing my husband. Like when he's not home, like there are times where he would be working night, and I'm at home with the kids, and he's not there, and I could feel, oh my goodness, like I just want him here. Even if, sometimes I want to sit with him, even if we're not talking.
Yeah.
We can just sit and be silent together.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. Like it doesn't mean we should be always talking, right?
Yeah.
Because I enjoy his company so much that even if it's clearly and then no one is saying anything to the other, I want it like that. I think you should not enjoy anyone's company more than you enjoy your spouse's company.
Yeah. True. Otherwise, there's danger. Yeah, it could happen that you can enjoy somebody's company more than your spouse.
Yeah.
But I think it should be an alert to you, and it should be a sign of danger. Because now we are speaking about somebody who you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
This person you wake up next to them every morning.
So you making it work, it is totally up to you.
And it's possible, guys. Marriage works. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage can be beautiful. And I think above everything, God. If you put God first, my husband always says that if you want your marriage, the concept of marriage, it's actually just like God and the church. You see, if you look at it that way, we are the bride and God is the groom. The way he loves us, that's how exactly your husband loves you. And the way the church submits,
Should love you.
yeah, and the way the church should submit and be obedient to God, that's how you as the wife should also be obedient to your husband. Yeah, enjoy. Yeah. So it's been 3 years of marriage.
Three
I'm still
beautiful years.
learning. I'm not perfect. There are days where I'm not wifing correctly, and yeah, I get disappointed in how sometimes I conduct myself, but I'm learning, and I always pray to God that teach me, because this is a new journey. Teach me
True.
how to be a good wife to my husband.
How to be a good husband.
Yeah. Teach me, and he's doing it day by day. Every day I'm learning. I'm also learning from my husband, and I'm learning from the Holy Spirit. Korinje, it's an institution. You learn until. Yeah. Yeah. I think we should maybe one day talk about like this marriage as a topic.
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah.
If you ever feel like it, you can feature me again.
Oh, Konji, please. You are a regular. You're gonna be a regular here, my love. I care about it, two shall become one.
Oh.
So it's my channel, Marakere. It's our channel.
Okay.
Please comment on the section below if you want to see Mr. Skosana again. Yeah, just let us know if you want to see him. And yeah, I think we should make more videos where we talk about marriage and how it's a great institution and it's beautiful.
Where we will speak about our experiences in marriage. And experiences are not going to be the same.
Yeah,
we'll simply be sharing our experience.
Yes.
Because experiences will never be the same. I could give you my advice. The only thing that is constant and that will never ever change is the word of God. Heaven and earth shall pass away,
but my word shall remain.
So unless our experiences will be different, but we'll get different outcomes according to how faithful we will be in living the word of God, I think.
Yes, that's true.
Because we can all buy the same kind of rings, get the same kind of cars, live in the same kind of houses, but you'd find that the outcomes are not the same. So
thank you my love, for joining.
Thank you.
Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and please like the video, share the video, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to our family, to our channel, and join the family, and show us some love, share the video with your friends, and let's just grow the channel and be happy together. And we will see you next time. My name is Mmathuto Skosana.
And my name is Skosana.
God bless you.